Yes, Deepti, go ahead.
What What are the challenges that you have faced to come up with these children? Like, how did you made to believe you?
So the entire post-COVID lockdown period, I did lot of homework. 8 months homework it is. The background work is it is not that instantation. I did lot of homework with them. Hidden homework is there. A lot of energy I burned, time I burned to train them. First, physical endurance, mental fitness, and preparedness for challenges. I did homework. But I will tell you, without that also I can do it. If anything, calamity comes, it will not knock and come. Calamity comes all of a sudden. You have to prepare for it. So that is the mindset we should have. So I have that mindset. I can train the people also. That way. I'm not saying that I'm a great guy. If you have that attitude, you can solve many of our problems in our lives, in the society. If you are every time you cannot prepare. Someone told me that you prepare for 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, 500, 1,000, 800, 6,000. This is theoretically right, but when you talk about calamity, it will not come 1 degree, second degree, 2 degree, 10 degree. It will come all of a sudden. How do you prepare yourself? What are your preparedness? What are your resources? What is your mental faculty to? I will tell you a simple question. Suddenly it raises. I want to ask you a simple question. All the youth, you have to answer it. Request to adults is not to answer the question. Request adults not to answer my question. Okay. Have you ever traveled in the train? Have you ever traveled in the train? It's a deviation for 2 minutes. Yes,
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
traveled. You can say
Yes, sir.
yes, all of us traveled in the train. Yes,
Yes,
agree,
sir.
agree.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
7 8 years back, there was a train. There was a train called Chennai Express from Nampalli station to Chennai. It left in the evening. Around 3:30 a.m. It crossed Nellore station. After crossing the then something is what I mean to say. The train just landed. I mean, boarded in Nellore railway station. After exactly 8 minutes, entire bogie was burnt into ashes. I don't remember the bogie number. AC compartment was burned into ashes. Around 65 to 70 youth are there like you. They all burnt into ashes. Do you know the story? Maybe knowing, you may not be knowing. It is a truth. You can refer back the documents, railway documents. Okay. Now the question is, you traveled in the train and you have experience in the train. How do you open the door of a bogie from inside to outside? You have to come out from inside to outside. How do you open the door? Do you understand my question? You are inside the bogie. Train has stopped. There is an emergency. You have to open the door. How do you?
Emergency exit.
Yeah. Yeah, can you open the door? Show me the act and show me the, how I'm acting. You can also act and show me. Yeah, Nishita, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How do you open? Just act and show us. I'm not testing you. I'm sharing some knowledge to you. Please don't think that I'm testing you. I'm not here to test anyone. I'm not eligible to test anyone. I'm here to share just my experience and the knowledge which I gained over a period of time. Nishita, yes, proceed.
So once again, you repeat the question.
You are in the bogie. You have to, for emergency, you have to get out of the train. You have to open the door. You have to open the door. How do you open the door? How do you open the knob of the door? How do you open it? What are the possibilities in front of you? You have less time, maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds you have. You should open and get away from the train. Otherwise, you also burn it to ashes.
Sir,
How many can you? Yes.
it's almost impossible since everybody gets panic, sir. Everybody is trying to open, but we can't open.
Yeah. See, no. Okay. I want an action to show me. Pavani, can you show the action?
లైక్ ఇక్కడ విండో ఉంటాయి కదా సార్, ఇలా అని రెండు తీస్తే ఓపెన్ అయిపోతుంది.
Right in front of door. Right in front of door. The
డోర్
main.
ఇలా
Yeah. Act it. True. Can you show your hand properly to audience?
ఇలా అంటే
Give a big hand to her. Give a big hand to her. Give a big hand to her. Yeah. So Vinay, can you open the door with action? Wow. Give a big hand to him. Apurva. Yeah. Wow. Give a big hand to her. Nishita. Your hand not visible for us. Can you show the hand? The hand how you open? Yeah. Yeah. You pull down or pull? Yeah. Free up yourself. I'm not testing you, just asking a question. How do you react on a particular situation? Yeah. Okay, chalo. Fatima, think, Mr. Think. Yes, Fatima, how do you open the door? So can you just put your hand slightly upper towards chest? Yeah, open the door. Wow, give a big hand. How do you open? Repeat that, Fatima. Repeat. Wow, give a big hand to her. Did you observe how Fatima is open? All of us open the same way? Yeah. Deepti, can you open the door? Nishita, can you open the door?
Right.
Yeah, you started thinking, okay, chalo. Yeah. Open up. Nothing wrong with it. Just open up. Deepti, open up. Yeah. So Mohan sir, how do you open? You might have traveled this many times, you and me, sir. We are all senior citizens. Yes, sir. Open up.
Press
Wow.
down.
Give a big hand to him. Mohan sir, give a big hand to him. Sir.
And I'm assuming that the lock is open.
Sorry?
I'm assuming that the lock is open. Otherwise, you have to first open the railway latch and then.
Yeah. I agree with you. Give a big hand to Mohan sir also. Yeah. Can you open the door?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been in a train for a long time, but
Yeah, but you can visualize it. It's a balance. You traveled once, you can visualize and tell us.
I don't remember it. It has been a long time.
Nishita?
Sir,
Yeah. Venugopal sir, can you open the door? From inside to outside, the door, you have to open the door. Railway door. The bogie door.
From inside to outside.
You have to open the door.
From inside, I have to go out, so I have to open the door.
Oh, no, so you have to open the door. You have to open the knob. How do you open the knob? So can you do an action for it? Assume that you are in the train, you are opening the door right now. Open it right now. Just without time frame. Because you and me traveled it, just like that, open it. No, there is a knob, sir. Knob. Knob. Yes,
Do you
knob.
Usually there is something on the top which you have to lift and then
Yeah,
put.
I agree with you. There is a central knob is there. Which direction it has to move?
First,
Which direction it has?
up, right?
Yeah, pull up or pull down. Don't Google it. Google will not help us. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about audience. Might be parallelly they are doing Googling. Don't do it. See, if you're doing Googling, you are depriving. You are cursing you. You are cursing yourself. If you are doing it, you are cursing yourself.
What I'm saying is,
I'm sorry to say.
there are two knobs, I think. One is
top,
and then turn it
Yeah.
back, turn it left, and pull it.
I'm talking about the middle knob. In the door middle, there is a knob handle with handle. I'm talking about that. Okay, chalo. I will give you the incident. Assume that all of you, including me, there is a chance of burning ourselves. because you are not trained in the space perception. You are not trained in the space perception.
Right.
You do not understand what is space. It is not about train, it is not about firing, it is not about anything. You do not have understanding on space perception. So you most likely, if you get trapped in the same situation, you have most likely to burn yourself into the train itself. There is no chance of coming out. I'm sorry to say.
Right.
It is all about problem solving skill. It is all about problem solving skill. This skill cannot come just like that. It is all about space perception, time perception, heat perception. There are many perceptions where you need to understand. When
Right.
time increases, life decreases. Time increases, heat increases.
I think we should
Time
not think about the door. We should think something else.
not only that, you need to understand how space works for you. How space works for you. It is all about your science engineering. It is all about human life. It is all about Google. You get a big fat package. You need to understand many things like this. You want a end of the day, all of you want to have a fat package. You get only fat package when you have space perception. You need to have estimation skill. You need to understand your space around you. So that will happen only when you open up yourself, you get it. You
Right.
touch it, experience it, expose it, then only you get it. It's not just you'll not get it. If you are by mistake, if you are Googling it, you only land up with piece of information which never help you.
Right.
Sorry to say, it never help you. In fact, Google made lot of loss to humans. Whatever we want, we immediately open, tap, 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 we'll type it, and we are stopping our brain and we are using third party. And that data he's building it, he's making AI more favorable for us, and we are depending on that. I'm not blaming the Google, I'm blaming ourselves. Start thinking. God has given this great brain for us. This we have to use it. So this is vital than the Google. So that's what the lesson is. So come back to this. So if someone come forward, we need 2 volunteers or maximum 4 volunteers to join with us for the expedition. We take care of your clothing, we take care of your shoes. What we need is hardcore, dedicated, where you can mentor our kids, bring some uh, uh, positive ways to them, and no selfies, no selfies, no selfies. So selfies are not allowed. You should uh, peers influence. I don't know, my language is not good. Peers influence, you should influence them. I mean, not by talking, by your acts. You have to influence them that uh, you are for the mother earth. That is the experience you have to build. So I wish someone will join for this expedition to enrich yourself and the team, and you also gain some experience. We also gain experience in win-win situation. That is the takeaway for all of us. Yes, sir. You can ask questions.
You didn't answer the question. What about the door?
Sir?
You didn't answer the question about the door. How do we get out of that?
Yeah, if I understand the answer.
Like to answer that question, raise your hand. Wow, you are selling me. I don't think, allow me to say, I will duplicate it to 1,000 copies. I will print 1,000 copies and I will publish it. What I'm saying is, you are not a duplicating machine or a Xerox machine. You think you will get trillions of solutions.
No, the solution is, the answer as I understood is, to open the door, use your brain.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the situation there, you don't know the condition, how many people are there. When he said space perception, how to open it, what is the... So I think our mind also starts working. So use your brain. That's the solution.
Yeah. Give a big hand.
Agreed.
Within the time frame, you have 10 seconds with you. You have 10 seconds, just 10 seconds. If you cross the 10 seconds, you are most likely to die, because the choking problem will come. The new problem will add to the original problem. That is called choking problem. The passage is very narrow. I am fat. If I enter into that location, I will choke the area. So you will add up one more problem rather than solving the problem. Right. So you are putting more fuel on it, not helping yourself. So why I gave this example for you is not that I am saying that you are good or bad. I allow yourself to rethink. Don't depend on technology. Depend on yourself. Think. you can really invent yourself. You can really do wonders. That's what I experience it. That's what I want to share to youth also. You have amazing brain which can do wonders in your life. That you have to use it. That need lot of experience. Your neurons need lot of experience. That's a different subject. It's a deviation for me. It's emotional for me. That's my specialization. I work on it. So yes, sir. Venugopal, sir, you want to say something to you?
Yeah, this brings me back to the point you have mentioned and your passion of mathematics. So I think whosoever is on this, I would request them to do one thing. First thing, please go back and make sure that you know your tables from 1 to 19 without using a calculator, and start adding and subtracting without using a calculator. I think this is lost. I'm very sorry to say, but this is lost.
Yep.
Because my experience when I was in US, I grilled this into my son from the time he was 2.5. By the time he was 4, he knew tables up to 19.
Right.
So whenever we used to go to shops, I used to tell him, hey, that auntie చెప్తుంది నువ్వు టోటల్ చేయాలరా వెంటనే. So she's punching it onto that, and this guy comes with an answer, and those people, wow, you know all this. In India, children learn this, but unfortunately, we are not doing it. We are not encouraging our children to do it. And I'm sure, okay, forget the senior students. The students, how many of you are confident up to 19 table?
Venugopal, sir, I want to give an add-on to your statement. Sorry for involving into when you are talking.
Yes, sorry.
Calculation is not mathematics. Calculation is, believe it, calculation is not mathematics.
No, that's the basic.
1 minute, sir, 1 minute. Let me allow 2 minutes to say. I have grown up to a stage where I can access an aeroplane to travel to Hyderabad to Delhi. If someone asks me to travel by on foot, no reason, will you travel? Will you travel on foot? Not all the people. You will travel because you are extraordinary, but not all the people. Am I correct, the audience? Nishcha, will you travel on foot to your hometown? No reason.
No.
Deepti, can you travel? Fatima, Pavan, Pavani, Apurva, can you travel? No travel. So that means without destination, calculation is useless. Without destination, calculation is useless. Second thing, calculation is a minor part of mathematics, just to 0.1% of mathematics.
Right.
0. Do remember that. You want, I will give you innumerable quotes. 0.1% of mathematics. Mathematics is all about problem solving. How do you apply your mathematical knowledge into real life is math. If you go the next layer above, it is all about enriching your neurons. It is enriching. That's a different science which I'm talking right now. This is not the platform, or this is not the time to discuss. This is all, when you talk about you people, you mama say read maths, do math. You say Venugopal sir ask you to do calculation. I told you to understand space. All these things are not correct. For our brains, it is not mathematics. It is not mathematics. It is not tables. It is not something for fundamental. It is all about enriching of neurons. Enriching of neurons. How neurons will work. That is core. That's the roots of science. You need to understand that science. For that, you need to create innumerable opportunities to explore and apply your knowledge into life. Then your neurons will function as it is. Then you will have amazing result. For that, calculations are also important, but at the same time, 99.9% of other maths cannot be ignored. If something is doing by machines, you need not do the same job. You can do the rest of the 99.9% job, which is critical for the humans. There are innumerable problems in this universe. So to solve all these problems, you need to understand science of mathematics in different forms. Especially when AI comes into our lives, life game changes into many forms. So in that, math is a critical role. You may think that if I learn a tool, I can do wonders. This is all trash. Unless you are very good at maths, very good at thinking, you may not solve any sort of problem in this universe. This is the reality. I'm not saying that negative words. This is science. So generally, what I mean to say is get into the space. If you want an example, simple example, I'll give you. All of you having a pencil with you, piece of pencil, piece of paper. Wonderful.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, yeah. Can I take 2 minutes time? 2 minutes of your time to make you to understand calculation mathematics. May I take 2 minutes of your time, valuable time. Also,
Sure.
in that book A, book A, book A. This is book A.
Okay.
I have same book, same. This is Motorola. Same book I have. Book B also. Book B also I have. It has been stacked from left to right in my shelf like this. It has been stacked like this, left to right, left to right. You understand? Book A, book A, book B, stacked from left to right. You can make a note. Okay? Book A and book B stacked in the shelf from left to right in the order. And the book A having the same number of pages, book B also having the same number of pages. Book B also having same number of pages. And book A having two cover pages. Book A having 2 cover pages. Book B also having 2 cover pages. Book B also having 2 cover pages. How many cover pages it has? 2 cover pages. So putting together, how many cover pages are there?
4.
4.
4. How many volumes are there? 2 volumes are there. 2 volumes, there are 4 cover pages. Agree? Okay. Now, each volume, book A and book B, are having the same number of pages. That means they have thickness is same. Thickness is same. Do you agree my statement? Thickness is same. Yeah, complete it, then you can ask a question. Without cover page, excluding of cover pages, of 2 cover pages, thickness of all pages together is 1 centimeter. How many centimeters? Just 1 centimeter. Make it a note. Excluding of cover pages, each volume is thickness is just 1 centimeter. Just 1 centimeter. And thickness of each cover page is 0.25 centimeters. 0.25 centimeters. 0.25 centimeters. So you have 2 volumes excluding 2 cover pages, 1 centimeter, 1 volume, other volume is 1 centimeter. They are stacked from left to right. They are stacked from left to right. Each thickness of cover page is 0.25 centimeters. Do you agree? Okay. Now the question is, do you understand the scenario, how it is stacked? Left to right, volume 1 and volume 2. So volume 1 and volume 2, volume A and volume B are stacked from left to right. Left to right. For you, not me. For you. For you, left to right. Is the message clear for all of you? If you say yes, I will go to problem. Then I will ask you the problem.
Yep.
Yes. Should I go? Yes, sir. Deepti? Ankit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Nishita? Nivedita? Yeah. Kausalya? Yeah. The question here is, the bookworm started burrowing. Bookworm started burrowing horizontally from page 1 of the volume, to the last page of the volume 2. Listen the question very carefully. And I strongly recommend the faculty, mentors, senior Rotarians, keep silence for a while. Let our young blood answer it. Then we'll involve into young guys like us, Rotarians and seniors like us. Okay. So I request you to understand the problem. The bookworm started burrowing, making a hole horizontally, like this, straight from the page 1 of the volume 1 to the last page of the volume 2. Last page of the volume 2. Is the question clear, or am I making some tricks? Question clear? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, clear. Are you clear? Yeah. Now the question is, how long the burrow, mean the hole is? What is the length of the hole? What is the length of the hole? The bookworm started from which page? page 1 of the volume 1 to the last page of the volume 2. Last page of the volume 2. Now the question here is, what is the length of the whole? What is the length of the burrow? Don't use again Google. Use your brains. It is more powerful. Yeah. Yep.
3 centimeters.
Wow, give a big hand to her. Big hand to her. Big hand to her. Big hand to her. Yeah. Anyone? Nishita? Nivedita.
2 point,
Go ahead. Nivedita.
2.5, sir, because we are excluding
Wow.
the cover
2.5?
5, sir. 5,
Wow,
sir.
give a big hand to him.
Because we are excluding the first page and last page.
Wow, give a big hand to him. You are selected for an interview. Google will be posted tomorrow. Monday is the posting day. Wow. Vivita.
Yes, sir. Even I got 3 centimeters, but I don't know if it is.
Wow. Good job. Nishita.
3
Actually,
centimeters.
Yeah. Yeah.
sir, actually,
Yeah.
sir,
Now
actually, you did not
Nishita
mention the.
Apurva will answer it. Nishita. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
I got 3 centimeters only, sir.
Yeah. Wow. Next. Apurva.
No, you did not mention the length of the book. You said
I am asking.
thickness
Yeah.
of pages, but you did not mention the length of the book.
That is what I am asking the question. What is the length of the burrow? What is the length of the hole? I am asking. Number of pages, it doesn't matter. The pages together is 1 centimeter. Pages together is 1 centimeter. The question is very clear. The subject is they are stacked all pages together, excluding the cover pages. Cover pages లేకుండా అన్ని pages కలిపి 1 centimeter thickness ఉంది, మందం ఉంది. ఈ బుక్ వామ్ ఏం చేసింది? పుస్తకం పురుగు మొదటి పేజీ నుంచి వాల్యూమ్ 1 నుంచి లాస్ట్ పేజీలో వాల్యూమ్ 2 దాకా బొక్క వేసింది. ఎంత దూరం బొక్క వేసింది? ఇది క్వశ్చన్. దీనిలో ఏమీ ట్రిక్ లేదు. 1 centimeter. గివ్ ఎ బిగ్ హ్యాండ్. ఎవరు చెప్పారు అది 1 centimeter?
Shivakrishna, sir.
Shivakrishna, give a big hand to him. Yeah. Apurva, you can answer it.
Because లాస్ట్ పేజ్ అంటే సెకండ్ బుక్ లాస్ట్ పేజ్ ఫస్ట్ ఉంటది కదా సార్. ఫస్ట్ బుక్ లాస్ట్ పేజ్ తో. సో 1 centimeter.
Wow. Okay. So, question goes to someone. Some planet is there. 19 planet. I want to answer it. Ankit, you want to answer it?
Okay.
No, sir. Actually, I did not even know the question.
Yeah, Shivakrishna. Yeah.
Shivakrishna, you want to answer it?
Yes, sir. I want to show it. How?
No. Just answer it.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, chalo. Yeah, people will listen easy. Yeah. No. Don't show all these things.
Okay.
Just eliminate the photos. Just hello, Shivakrishna. Just answer my question. Answer my question. Be there, answer. Be restrained yourself. I understand.
So when we put books in order.
No, don't narrate. Just answer it. Don't narrate. Narration will take place in the second half of the discussion. Answer it.
1 centimeter, sir. That's
wow, give a big hand to him. All trapped into space perception. There is a concept called a word problem into a pictorial representation. This is a skill. Do remember. Word into pictorial representation. Word into pictorial representation. Pictorial representation into a word. Pictorial representation into a word. Vice versa. Both the things we are not trained. Both the things we are not trained. So we land up with not the original answer, with other answers. The reason behind it is we are not trained to look at the books, I mean the text, into pictorial form or pictorials into a text form, brain unable to understand. So we land up with other answers which are not close to the original answer. I don't want to give an answer because I am not an answering machine. Vamshidhar Kalidasu is not the answering machine. Here, the calculation is a very minor part. Just you can do it. But what is wrong with us is we could not understand, or the society did not taught us how to convert a word problem into a pictorial representation. Since we do not have that skill, we are doomed to land up with a wrong answer. The calculation is a minor part here, very minor part. Thinking is a big part. Understanding space is a big issue in front of us. Why I told is when our friend Venugopal sir told us calculations are very critical. It is very critical. I also believe it. It is the last mile. The first mile is also equally important. First mile, if you practice it, go to second mile, third mile, fourth mile. You're already taught from first baby class to plus two calculations. Now you have to put your shoes into thinking process, problem solving skill. This is also vitally important to solve the universal problems like COVID to post COVID. There are many problems are coming up. So you need to understand that. So sorry if I'm hurting someone or deviating from the original theme, just to share my experience I told you. So young girls and boys, think about your problem solving skill, and lot of relearning should happen, because your textbooks taught you how to score your marks, but your life will not be like that. You have to face the challenges right from behavioral science. In the colleagues they don't do well, or you need to gear up with the targets, or you need to solve a particular problem within no time. You need to plug in with others to work. There are many issues where you need to understand. So all these things will develop when you put yourself into a lot of experience, and as he said, so express. When express, then express. So these things will happen when you do it in a real time. You develop it. If you do virtually, you will not gain that momentum. I'm sure you will not gain momentum. Virtuals are virtuals. Brain needs real experience. Please believe yourself. You need touch and feel experience. Your brain, forget about you. Your brain needs touch and feel experience. That is very critical for us. Brain needs touch and feel. That is why we have senses. When you touch something, when you touch your mother, you feel happy. When I touch my wife, I feel. When I touch my son, I feel happy. When I taste ice cream, I feel happy. So touch and feel gives you a lot of experience to brain. So you have to create innumerable experiences for your brain in a positive ways, so that you also develop a skill, so you can do wonders in your life. Yes, you can ask your questions.
First, ఇది Vamshidhar garu. I'll have a discussion with you offline, but there is a because things are changing quite a bit, right? Because AI rapotundi, artificial, already it's there, artificial intelligence, everything is already there. So there is a more of things that are happening virtually now. Okay. So I will have a conversation with you later, because that is something I and my son talk about it a lot. He talks about why virtual experiences are equally the same as the so-called physical experience. So I don't want to go into the that.
Yeah, I respect your idea. I respect your ideas. I respect yours.
No.
The philosophy. Yeah, I respect your philosophy, but above all, you should have a touch and feel. That's what I mean to say. I'm not saying that itself is the life, but you should also have that experience. Virtual experience is something like a right hand, or a AI experience, whatever you say, digital experience is a right hand. You should also think about your left hand experience. That is a physical experience. So coupled together, you can solve many problems. That is what I mean. But I'm into domain of experiential learning. I always bank on experiential learning. Slightly, I'm down with the digital things, but I believe I can do within no time, because I am a problem solver. I understand I can solve it. I have a gut feeling I can learn anything in the universe, if at all it is needed for me in the process of doing some job. Absolutely. That's what my gut feeling is.
Yeah.
So age doesn't matter. It's just number. It's just number.
Right.
It's just number.
We will have a longer discussion whenever it's possible. But there is a theory that my son is proposing to me, because I am like the older generation, like you, right? I am the I feel like touch and feel is everything. My son keeps on proposing this idea to me, saying that, Daddy, that's your generation. The virtual theory is equally important, or it is replacing the physical thing, and it is no longer important. So I
No.
tell you later.
Then he will not marry. He will not, sorry to say, he will not marry. Mother will not have a child. Someone will not have a sex. Sorry to say, someone will not eat delicious food. All these things are touch and feel experience. You cannot deprive it. You will not. You like to have a luxury car because you have a luxury feeling. Touch and feel is very important in our lives. I'm not saying that itself will help. You also having important technology and what the AI and everything is equally important. But at the bottom line, when it comes to calamity, your touch and feel help you. Rock bottom. When crisis came, tsunami comes, your physical experience help you, not your virtual experience. You may have drones, you may have whatnot, everything that will disappear, vanish like that in a no time because it won't help you. It only helps your thinking process. So all this technology works, everything is intact. In ventilation, system is ventilation, this works. When something goes wrong, pandemic comes, we are all masked. And even if you give a shake hand and touching our own mother, we are so scared of it. Seeing our own mother, I am not seeing, I went out, I sat outside and ate idli because amma chetlo idli tinan bite కూర్చొని తినొచ్చా. That's a very sad state of it. This technology did not help me to see my mother, touch my mother. I was so scared, yes, so scared to live with my wife, so scared to live with my son, so scared to touch a student. So I'm not debating, but you also give importance to touch and feel. I respect technology is very vital in the 21st century. If I'm saying that way, I'm wrong, but I'm not saying that way. It is equally important other parties also. That's what I mean to say.
వంశీధర్ గారు, మీరు చెప్పేది కంప్లీట్ గా అర్థమైంది. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే, దేర్ ఇస్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఎ థియరీ. ఇఫ్ యూ గో బ్యాక్ అబౌట్ 10,000 years ago, there was supposedly advanced civilization and it got wiped out, and then there's a theory saying that the people in the forest started bringing that back again, and so we are back. And because those are the people who knew how to live when the meteorite came down and everyone died, because the advanced civilization, those people could not adapt to the situation. Yes. And the people in the forest and the people who are already like you guys, like you, who were already knew how to live off the land, they survived, and then the whole thing started doing again. So my son says, Dad, if that happens, I'm just going to die. I'm done. I don't really want to, go into this experiential.
He need lot of experience about society, culture, civilization, understanding of real things. Then he will change himself. If you tell him something, you're pushing. Don't push him. Just create an experience. Especially volunteering will change the direction of thinking. I strongly believe volunteering, especially when you are angry, you do volunteering, you change your life. That's something like a self-conditioning. You change, you meet people, you expose to different thought process, you expose to wilderness, you expose to extremes, will change the direction of human life.
Agreed.
That's what I'm doing. Children of the Forest will create an opportunity for urban and rural children together live and experience it. That's what my focal point is also. Yep. So I do a lot of, I'm just bringing a gap between the urban and rural life, understanding the rural people to how a remote village is, how their hardship is, and also understanding the remote people, how they can adopt the technology into their lives or the betterments into their life. I'm just filling the gap between these two things.
When my son visited India last year, he actually went on a village trip. So it was May, May. It was in May, and he went on this village trip. So he had to walk through all the villages with this group of people, and he had to sleep on the ground with just a very thin blanket. And so I asked him, after the experience, how was it? He said, "Daddy, I made a lot of friends." And
Yeah. I
how
mean,
did you make so many
yes,
friends? He said,
yeah.
"Daddy, we were all suffering so much that we became friends through suffering."
Yeah. So suffering sometimes it is enjoying also. Suffering will give you a lot of happiness sometimes for humans.
He was,
Yeah.
it was really, he said he's going to remember that forever because it was his first time, because we live in a place where the temperature we never go past 30. And he was at 40 there. And he had to go through the sun, walk through the sun for several
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
And he had so little food to eat also because they didn't
Yeah.
they had so
I
much.
visualize the challenges what he's.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. So thank you very much. So Apurva, do you have any question or shall we start ending the call?
11.
Actually, in India, like we have a procedure for everything, right? To teach and all. So, how did you teach them? Like, what procedures did you follow? The patterns and all.
Yeah, it's a good question, Apurva. That is my core domain actually. I don't teach A plus B whole square to anyone. I don't teach 1 plus tan square theta. I hate it. I hate it. I hate if someone is teaching A plus B whole square to someone. I don't like it. A plus B whole square can be introduced where it is required. It cannot be taught in 10th class. It cannot be taught in 7th class. I don't need to learn even numbers and odd numbers. I don't need to learn the rational numbers and irrational. I don't need to learn imaginary numbers. What I need to have is how to distinguish a pile of numbers, whether they are in a different form. Like if I look at a banana, apple seller, he put a pyramidal shapes, triangular pyramidal shapes. How can he accommodate a pile of fruits into a different form? How best I can showcase, attract the people? How best I can accommodate within the basket? So when you look at those areas, all these number frames will come into, they're called sorting of numbers or grouping of numbers. These are the skills which we require, not that even numbers, odd numbers. There are, if you talk about even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers, composite numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, imaginary numbers, I can talk indefinitely. But bottom line is, why should I learn? Why should I learn even and odd numbers? Why should I practice it? And someone asks me, do you know even number? Tell me one even number. Why should I tell? If I understand 2 in different forms, my job is done. If I understand 10, how many forms it is in physical form, I am done. You simple question. If you go and ask a child of 3rd class, which class are you? She says 3rd class. You ask her 10 minus, are you in 10 minus 7 class? She says no. Why she will say no? She will unable to understand what is 10 minus 7. You understand? You ask, are you in 2 plus 1? She says, no, I'm only 3rd class. She could not connect 3 and 2 plus 1. She could not connect 10 and minus 7. The reason behind it is we are not taught the way the brain receives. So I am trying to do filling the gap that in different forms. So let's take an example. Last 15 years I've been doing summer camps in Kasu Brahmanand, KB Park, popularly known as KB Park. There is a workshop called Become a Trendologist. Become a Trendologist. This Become a Trendologist is all about trigonometry, heights and distances. So if I want to become a trendologist, I mean study of trees, I need to understand mathematics. I teach maths only, but I drive them into how to study trees. So while studying trees, I introduce all the so-called theories into practice. I think I shared some videos. You can play it. Urban children, you can play for a while. Plus two girl gave a very nice note about it. Seven sir. So this is how you need to learn, you guys, please, so that you will enrich your experience. You will have positive thoughts about maths. You will have positive thoughts about science. You will have positive thoughts about problem solving. Otherwise, no, I will not solve this problem. This is not my domain. It's not the whatever comes into your life, you should be able to look at it and solve it. That is the trait you should have.
Right.
Sir, can you play that?
AN Anna? ఉన్నవా ఇంకా?
Yep, right, yep.
So, the president of the Rotarian Club.
I'm so sorry I could only join towards the end, but I certainly took some thoughts away. Yeah, I never.
Did I bore you? Did I bore all of you?
No, you haven't.
No.
Did I hammer you? I was not scared of it because I am not a lecturer. I am not an orator. I am not an orator.
You did good. Really good.
You know, the last few minutes I was listening, you reminded me of Sully on the pilot. Right? Shravan, when you're asking about what the AI, ML, all that is doing, and finally that tiny bit of a judgment, that intuition. In fact, I tell everyone that they should watch the film Sully. He was the only one who... Yeah, he was the only guy ever who landed an A320 plane on a Hudson River, and then all the 285 people survived. That time,
right. Yeah, Sully. Yep.
Yeah, so thank you very much. I'm so sorry I missed most of it. I was on a parallel call, but I'm going to listen to the recording. Thank you so much. Like the perspective.
Yeah. I understand. I remember that. Yep. Okay.
I will also watch that.
Yeah, it's something, basically he used this experience and he used
his intuition to
land the plane in the Hudson River, and everyone got saved. So this is Kushala, you have a question. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I'm really glad to be a part of this session. The question I wanted to ask is that before you started this campaign, you worked as a teacher, and everyone will have a good and bad experiences in their lives. So, sir, can you share some of them when you worked as a teacher?
Yeah, actually, the entire life, even today, I'm a teacher. I'm a learner. I do a lot of unlearning than learning. Unlearning is happening in my life most of the time. That is why I could able to do multitasking. That is why I could able to understand my life, so that I could do some meaningful job in my life. So when you talk about the teaching practices, most of the systems will believe traditional system. Especially in Asian countries, we have a Macaulay system of education. We want to train our next generation as clerks, not as a thinkers. So the education, the textbooks which are published in India, especially the textbooks which you studied, including Kushala, the textbook which you studied, are driving into getting into a mechanical job, not into a thinking job. So I want to drive people into thinking jobs. So this is a tricky area where you need to be out of box thinker to gain momentum in our lives. So I also put a lot of energy in it. So understand it. When I share, I'll be stamped as I discourage tuition. Let's take an example. A parent comes for a tuition. They say that I will pay 5,000 rupees per month. You take tuitions. I will say I will not teach. Then they will put a tag that I am an ego. I said, your daughter or son studied for pre-nursery, LKG, UKG, first class, and 10th standard. 10 plus 4 years, 14 years, she studied a subject, or she or he studied a subject. After 4 long years of studies, why should a child need tuition? If you answer it, I will teach.
Right.
If someone studied 14 long years, they don't need tutoring. They need doubts clearance.
Right.
Or interactions to understand better things. Instead, they say, you teach me, otherwise get lost, I will engage someone. So I said, I am a wrong guy. Sorry, I am not unfit to do the job. Maybe probably you have to search for a good tutor where he will teach A plus B also. That is the only thing I can do it. Schools also will ask me forced to do this job, so I don't opt for that job. Wherever I get an opportunity to quit the job, I'm quitting, because I'm not looking at the package. I'm looking at my interest. My passion is my life. I don't work for money. It's a byproduct for me. So I always think it should be work for the passion, not for the thought process, not for the money. If I work for the package, I may get a package. Let's take a hypothetical. I am competent to teach IIT students, IIT aspirants. I make good fortune, but I am dissatisfying my heart. Every day it burns my heart. I'm really making a lot of mistakes in my life. I'm depriving hundreds of thousands of people. All children will not fit into IIT. That's the truth, matter of truth. But good jump is happening. This happening because of parents, not because of children, the community. So I always be restrained myself from commercial teachings. So if at all I want to teach, I will include parents, teachers, and the children and teach them. I call it as a positive parenting in mathematics because parents should teach their attitude to teach their word mathematics. If they don't change their attitude towards teaching their word, they will not help the child in the right form. So I always add a positive parenting. I am not doing parenting. I am talking about mathematical learning parenting and mathematics.
Yep.
So this is a very critical aspect which I have been handling it. So for teachers also, most of the teachers will believe if they write on the chalkboard, blackboard or the whiteboard, you copy it, you feel that you are doing the job, but you are nothing but duplicating the information. That will not help you. Maybe 1% of the knowledge will help you, but 99% will drain your time, energy. So I am away from that. Yes, please.
First of all, any other questions before we start ending the call, because it's been for
too late for you. Maybe
I am fine, but I just don't want any questions which you have. Okay, so the Vamshidhar Garu, why don't you tell us something about the trip you are doing, okay? And so that way, because we know that you are, I think you, Sethuraman Garu, I think told me that you need about 13 lakhs of funding or something like that, and
that's just a number. Don't bank on it. I'm looking at a lower side also. So I'm not banking on if I get this much, I am going to do. I'm going to move out of this village very soon. By month end, I'm going to move. Whatever I have resource, I'm going to do it. But our other need is I need at least 2 or 4 critical volunteers who can really do a good job for themselves and for the society. If someone come forward to help us, that's an amazing thing. We'll take care of your clothing and shoes. That is the assurance we give you. That is the thing I am looking at. But sorry.
When are you leaving? What day?
Maybe 26th Jan to 3rd or 4th February. We are leaving. In between, we don't know exact dates because collector asked me to meet. So I am going to meet the collector and the project officer of tribal development. Then I am leaving. I have 4-5 days work days of work in the village also. So probably 26th to 3rd February I am leaving. 3rd or 4th February I am leaving from the forest.
Okay.
So this is what it is. If someone want to join, they have to join in the forest so that they will understand the terrain and the people, so that they will have a lot of mental preparation for it. If they come and join in the ring road, because we are passing through ring road, if they join in the ring road, they cannot understand how they are living in the village. So they may not do the right job for them.
So the student,
they should cycle. They should take self-responsibility and the team responsibility also. So it is not a space science. Do remember, it's not a space science. If you can listen to your inner heart, you can easily do it. Don't think that you need 1 month training, then boot camp, then all these things is a masala. If you have a good heart, you can do within no time. I'm not saying that everything it happens, but I'm there to take care of you. I am also do a lot of mentoring for you. I will also help you parallelly to mentor yourself.
Right.
So there is a helping hand for you. Someone is volunteering. I am also giving a helping hand for them, nurturing. So don't worry about I am not trained or I am not fit for it. I will tell you, I am 53 this year. I can run, I can cycle, I can teach, I can do labor job. That is my attitude. I do a lot of labor job because I want to inspire the workers to do the labor job. Sometimes my hands are very hard because of labor job. So this is how you have to develop the attitude to do a good job or out of box thinker, to be an out of box thinker. This is what I am expecting from you. If some small things happen, God is great for that. And we are very thankful for the uh, uh, project funding. Anything is okay for us. It may be 1 rupee or a lakh. It requires in different forms. So after coming back, also we need some support for setting up certain things. We have a huge classroom, Parnasala. It was built by the people. There is no money involved. There is no money.
Right.
I only provided food for them during construction. We have a huge campus, 3,000 square feet of Parnasala. I have a huge hut in English, huge hut where around 200 people can sleep or do a marriage or a get together or anything, a workshop kind, we can do it. Very huge hall we have.
Very
That
nice.
was built for the people, by the people, not by me, by the people. I was also a minor instrument in the part.
Wow.
And it belongs to me. I don't hold that property. I always say that I am just facilitator.
Wow.
Yes.
So,
Swapna seems
students, I have sent all the flyers and everything. Okay. Talk to, send it along in your groups and everything and see whether anyone is interested to volunteer for 5 to 6 months. Okay. Basically, their semester, everything, if they are studying, then forget about it. There is not much, unless until their parents are willing to do something about it. It's almost impossible, right? Here in US, you can take a semester break. No one cares. My son is like, both of my children are planning to take a year break and just go around. So that is possible in US, but in India, you cannot take a semester break but just talk, just send it around. Who knows who might be interested and who might not be interested? And is there anything else we can? I mean, first of all, I want to really tell you that what you have shared with us is really amazing. We have learned a lot. And is there anything we can, do to support your cause?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Sir, Ramakrishna sir want to talk something. Then I will.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My point is, I think when we say about volunteering, perhaps what Vamshidhar wants is perhaps not the complete 5 months or whatever it is, but maybe portions also, like 1 month, 2 weeks, like that also. Perhaps. Am I correct, Vamshidhar garu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah. It's not necessarily that entire period one has to devote or be part of the team.
Okay.
Yeah. If they do it, they get a lot of takeaway. If they do
Yes,
it part
if somebody can do it, fine. But otherwise, even a portion of it also perhaps is okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Completely agree with you, sir.
Yeah.
Because the personal friend, they have a lot of restrictions. So I understand.
Yeah.
Do you have a complete roadmap, where you are where and is so that way? Because I mean, there is a very remote chance, but if my son is going, I might be sending my son if there is a possibility. My younger son wants to go on a bike everywhere.
You are welcome for the donation, and I am telling on behalf of the team, it is safe and secure. And I take personal responsibility to every walk of the child, including 26 children are there. I completely, whether I rest or happy, healthy, I will come to, unless I complete the mission, I will not take. Unless if I am not there, I cannot do anything. That is the commitment I have. And from my side, I am very sincerely committed for the mission to complete it very successfully. Second thing, definitely children from outside also can join it. And it's a welcome nation. They may change their direction of thinking and a lot of good experiences they built it. But do remember, we are not doing this expedition in the comfort zone, not at the cost of comfort zone. It is all about rich experience. Second question you have is, do I have any route map? I have a definite route map. I do not have a definite stay places. The reason it is, I have only one vehicle at this point of time. one of our Rotarian sister, Mrs. Geeta, has promised to give a winger. If she gives a second vehicle, most likely I will have a definite locations. I haven't planned for definitional locations because every child is unique. So they should travel minimum of 50 kilometers, maximum of 100 kilometers. So I'm trying to build an average and ecosystem while traveling. So it's an ongoing problem. So if I have a second vehicle, as you said, I will put all the vehicles, the gap, what I have 15, 20 kilometers, I can ride them to resting place. But if I don't have, I will have a dynamic stay. I will have a dynamic cooking place. Those places may be a temple, maybe a masjid, maybe a church, maybe a parnashala or a dharmashala, anything okay for us. But we are not going to access the restaurants. We are not going to access the luxury. That is my promise. We are not for the luxury. We don't do any luxury activities. If anything enlightening, I am willing to invest on the kids, not on the luxuries.
Got it.
So the basic plan is we are planning to travel central India via Nagpur, Delhi to Uttarakhand. From Uttarakhand, we are going to see the Badrinath, Kedarnath. I have one NGO friend where Garhwala district, he want to host for 15-20 days over there to train for the building of the lung capacity because all the participants are marathon runners. So we are going to have a concentrated camp. From there, we are going to go to Manali to Dharmashala, from there to Leh, Silk Route, to Leh Ladakh. From Leh Ladakh to northeast of Ladakh, there is a there is a place called Drayans where the northeast of Ladakh, they want a separate state. I have many students over there. They want to host us. So we will go there. We stay for 15-20 days, come back to Srinagar via Kargil, Dras sector Kargil to Amarnath. If possible, we'll see the Amarnath. Then go back to Srinagar and Shankar Peetam, then Vaishnav Devi, then catch hold of western Vindhyas, western part of western Gujarat, then entering to Srisailam. This is the road, base road. So alterations, 20-30% alterations subject to weather conditions, subject to agitations in the society, in the land, a particular land, will decide on dynamically. Because I cannot fix, today there is an agitation going at Delhi, farmers are doing it. If they continue, I may have to take some other path also. So some deviations are there, that deviations of 10 to 20% is allowed. Yeah, that is assured. The program is assured.
Absolutely.
In the this expedition is 150 days. In the 150 days, we are planning to do a lot of exercise. Some days, staying at some places, hills, climbing and coming back. So to build the lung capacity, because for marathon, lung capacity is a critical component. So we are trying to build the lung capacity. That is the purpose of traveling there to Himalayas. So we have going to do a lot of exercises. We have taken a lot of documents to watch and learn things. So virtually, so we are taking up that assignment.
Yeah. Fantastic. Very nice. Wow.
Venugopal sir.
It was very good learning experience for me.
Sir, thank you, sir.
And I, in fact, thank you for once again reiterating what I tell the youngsters: start using your brains.
Right.
That will give the solution to everything. That's what I keep telling, and I thought I was wrong, but now after hearing you, then I thought probably I am not wrong.
Yes,
and, this which you have mentioned, I think I've already traveled, so I do understand the vagaries of nature at all these places, and it is going to be a fantastic thing. But probably, I may not be able to do it now, not because of anything, but because of other commitments that I have. Otherwise, I'm game for all such things. And one thing which I just wanted to say was thank you for being with us, sharing and stating so many things which are very important for people of all ages, especially for students. And I also have another thing where I have to go. That's why I just wanted to excuse myself, but not without taking your permission. So kindly, if you excuse, I will be leaving.
Sir,
but I don't know whether the answer is right or not.
That's not my job. Moderator
No,
is
no.
there.
No, it's my job to ask for that.
Yeah, moderator has to ask.
I just want to give the answer. Whether it's correct or wrong, I don't know. I want the students to think over it. The answer is 2.75 centimeters. Why? I'm not going to give any explanation.
Sir, actually,
use the brain. I tried to use a bit of it. So
yeah,
I
it
came
is
to
0.5, sir. 0.5 centimeters.
Sorry?
Answer is 0.5 centimeters, sir.
Oh, 0.5.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
so,
thank you.
God rest me. I don't want to be a duplicating mission. I never disclose the answers to anyone.
Don't disclose.
End of the session, thinking process. Rarely I open up because you opened up an answer. I thought I should also push my answer so that they will think parallelly. Don't Google it also. Please don't Google it. I'm not saying don't Google it.
Yeah.
So you know, can you put 1 second, sir? Can you put like this? Can you put your fingers like this?
Yeah.
Like this. All of us. I am not saying it. Please keep your fingers like this. This is chitikedu. Which we are thinking this way. Thinking should be this way.
Yes.
Right.
Not this way. Not if you are thinking this way, you get a very minimal benefits. Very minimal. It won't help you. It won't help you at all. They are very minimal. So think like this. Open your horizons. You can do wonders. So when I gave a problem, we are thinking like this. So open up your ideas. You can do really wonders. Your thinking should be very wide like this. So that's very critical for humans. At least to develop an AI to interfere with our lives.
Right.
Am I correct? Or to manage an AI, you need a human.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thanks to Vamshidhar Garu, thanks to Shravan and all the students. Thank you very much. I enjoyed every second I learned. And probably, I'll also take the contact of Vamshidhar Garu from Shravan.
Yeah.
And hope I have the privilege of running into you sometime. So I can probably learn a little more. Okay. So thank you all. Excuse me, because I have to go to some other place.
Please, sir. Please. Thank you, sir. Yes. So let's conclude, sir. Let's conclude. We want volunteers. Sir, Ramakrishna sir is talking. Vemuri Ramakrishna sir.
Okay.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say. That let us conclude, with some final understanding, on the two parts. One is the expedition, and one is at the actual place, of stay of these children. So what we can do in both these situations. Yeah. Thank you.
That's a good idea, sir. And the expedition, you can do volunteering. You can contribute online to showcase our work. That is one area where I'm looking at young guys. You can do really wonders to showcase the work so that it will reach out. And I have been working in Ladakh, not only in Nalamala. I have been working in Ladakh, where a pregnant woman brought on a stretcher on a 7 days to a delivery point. That is a difficulty they have. I have worked with them. I went on foot to 7 days on a mountains, snow mountains, and I taught there. So in India, there are many places where there is no proper education, proper facilities. You guys can do wonders. You can, in Uttarakhand, there are many abandoned villages because young youth are leaving the Uttarakhand because they feel that there is no employment in the villages. I strongly believe I can build wealth in the village than in a city. That's why I changed. I'm using my language. I changed my battleground from urban life to rural background, not because I'm an inefficient. I'm an efficient man, so I changed my battleground from urban to rural. It doesn't matter. Place doesn't matter. It matters you. It matters you. So I changed my battleground. I'm not stepped down from my life. I'm more aggressive because I developed many skills. I can use those skills to develop a village, develop a child, develop a student. So I have taken up bigger challenges than in the urban life. So I believe I can do it, and you can also do it. When I can do it, you can also do it. I too have a plate, you too have a plate. You can have more mileage because you are very young. So that's what I feel it. Yeah.
So let me say a few things, and then Nishita will end the call. Okay. So first, someone raised their hand. Who is it? Okay, they took it up. Go ahead, Swapna. You wanted to say something? Go ahead.
Hello everyone, respected all dignities. I want to share one thing regarding tribal people because I am a tribal one. I completed my intermediate in tribal welfare. Some of my friends are from Koya and Gondu some mm, and Chenchus also. When they are shared their views like regarding their situation, we afraid while listening their words. The situations are like they don't have proper electric supply and they don't have proper water supply and vehicles and so on. They are living in unsafety places, like they are living in near the forest and they are living with the dangerous animals. They are facing a lot of difficulties. Even they are happy because they are understanding and compromising themselves. And hands up to you, sir, for doing this fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you, Swapnaji.
Thank you, Swapna. Swapna is the first year engineering student.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which part of area you belongs to, Swapna? Which village you belongs to?
I'm Rangareddy, sir. I'm from Rangareddy.
Okay.
But isn't is okay. So the Vamshidhar garu, all the things which you are saying, we are actually doing it in our ESA. So when you go to our website, you can see it. We are, disrupting the whole way of thinking. We have written a book called How to Teach Chemical Engineering in 100 Problems. So we are saying there is no need for 4 years of chemical engineering. We can do it in 100 problems. We are even right now, very soon, within a couple of weeks, we are going to publish a book called Financial Independence by the Age of 30. So we are saying, there is no need to be financially independent, like you keep on making money until 65. We are saying by 30, you can be done. So we are questioning everything. We are not just questioning just few things, but we are questioning everything. And one of the things which we also do is gratitude. We employ gratitude in every part of our life, because once you start employing gratitude, you start seeing the beauty of life. You don't complain that much anymore. So this past year, we have given over 1,000 gratitude cards to people from all walks of life. Parents, neighbors, friends, teachers, everyone. So all the things that you have said, we are proud to say that we are implementing it, and we are going to continue to implement it. And we are actually working on some new ideas by which we are, I think we are going to get more disruption, more young people to start believing in their abilities. So that's going to happen. So I think you'll be, when you go and look at our website and everything, you'll be happy that what you are trying to do is.
Yeah, I've seen tip of iceberg with your team, sir.
You see
I've seen your tip of iceberg with. I can gauge the work you people has done. So I understand that. So I am into that. I've been gauging how people are responding. I'm watching the kids actually. I'm sorry, they're looking like kids. So I'm watching them, how they're responding, how they're asking. So a lot of encouraging it is, and God bless them. They're doing. They have done an amazing job today.
Thank you.
I wish they can do wonders in their lives.
When you come back from your trip, you know what, we will figure out a way by which we can look at math. You said you wanted someone, some people or some group, some students who you can get them to really understand math. Okay, my son is really quite good at it, and I'm going to ask him to be he's actually creating his own algorithms right now. He's 19 years old. He's creating his own algorithms on computer vision. But I would be happy to ask him to talk with you, and I'm sure that I can find a couple of students who would be interested in working with you. So when you come back, we will see how we can put together a group of, a couple of students who you can impart your mathematical knowledge to. Okay, so that is another thing which we will pursue when you come back. You have my number, so because I know you're leaving very shortly. So we are actually doing on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. We are doing a global Ideathon event. So
great.
Yeah, for 3 days, from Friday night to Sunday afternoon, students will be discussing, talking in groups from all over the world. We haven't even started advertising yet, and we have already over 60 people part of our Ideathon. On Saturday, we are even doing a event only for moms, or basically moms, so that way they can talk about the different topics. And so a mom in Karimnagar might be talking with a mom in US, or a mom in India from a mom in Hyderabad. So we are trying to come up with wild ideas to solve the many problems that the society is facing. So that's one of the things we are doing on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So we are very excited. I mean, what you're telling, we are so excited that all the things you are telling, resonated with us. Okay, thank you. And Nishita, do you want to say the final word so that way we can end it?
Yes, sir.
Nishita, can you just make a bullet points, 4 or 5 points out of this program? Just reinforce the idea, just bullet points. Thank you very much. So my side summary is: I want volunteers, I want resource, I want online help, online organic promotion. These are the areas I need volunteers. So
we can definitely do online organic promotion. That is something we are good at. So if you can give us more details, we can easily do that for you.
Yeah. The reason is I want to telecast as a raw material. I don't want to use the edited material, because let the world know how hardship it is to train a rural child. It's not something like I have a plan, blueprint, and lesson plan and teach. It's not that. Every child is unique. It requires different dynamics for us and different attitude for that. So I thought of sharing as this, so that whether it is right or wrong, I want to share it transparently to the community, so that it goes into system.
Okay. So how do you want, basically, how do you want us to, you are going to have, you're going to be connected to the internet. And are you going to put it into a Facebook video? Do you want to do that, or do you want to send it
I will send to you. You can share with people and tag it and write your comments and help them to promote it in different forms. Or I will make an administrator. You can post it on School of Mathematics also. I have a group called School of Mathematics where around 20,000 people are there.
Okay, then you know what? We can easily do that for you. If you send it to me, I will send it to our team. We can actually create a digital, marketing, or whatever. We actually do digital marketing for 3 companies right now. Our students are doing it. So we can create a team for you who can send your message to. So we can even do the video. You want the raw video to be sent, right? So we can.
I wish raw video should go into the people so that they will understand it.
Okay.
Maybe the experiences. Suppose if we edit it, so edited video somehow it won't appeal me. I
Okay.
want to see what is always. That is an attitude I have. I don't know how the
No,
community
no,
will.
no, no. That's okay. I mean, whatever you want. I mean, you have done a phenomenal
Also,
job.
let the thing go as this, fresh.
Okay. So why don't you do one thing? Clearly tell me. So if you give me, if you say you want your videos, if you send it to me, I can directly put the videos into your group. Okay. That is something we can do. That's easy job. Is there anything else you need?
Yeah, I want to reach out to the community. How best we can do it. I have no clue at this point of time. So I have to sit with you sometime in a private time and discuss with you in a couple of days or
Okay.
next 4 5 days.
Okay. Let us do that
So
then.
I don't
So
do
you
it all.
tell us exactly what you want, because and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, that will be nice.
No problem.
Vamshidhar, you want to talk? It seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I think Shravan and Vamshidhar can have a one-to-one dialogue so that we can formulate the exact plans. How these things can be
We
taken.
will definitely do it. Yeah, that's not a problem. So go ahead, Nishita. Go ahead, end the call. I know it has been a long time, and Nishita, everyone has been very patient. So go ahead, Nishita.
Okay, sir. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion on my behalf. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for Sri Kalidasu Vamshidhar sir, Rotatory Presidents Vemuri Ramakrishna sir, Sucharita Reddy ma'am, N. Atrivedi President of Atrivedi sir, President of Hyderabad Megacity, Anup Mathurji from USA, MS Devjani, President of RC Hyderabad Gachibowli, and Sri Devi ma'am. Thank you so much for attending this session, and I also thank Shravan sir and my seniors and my dear friends for making more interactive. Thank you all.